Hello.
Yo, what is good? We are live. Welcome to Married with Issues. This is issue 60, I believe.
Is it 60 or was it? Yeah, it is 60 because 15. Oh, yeah, that is right. Okay, yeah, it is 60.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. We're getting old.
Yeah.
Time goes by too fast. But we're trying to stay more consistent with our time, and it's kind of working for the most part.
Yeah, once again, we're a few minutes late, but
That's to be expected with us, though.
yeah, it really is at this point.
That's the one thing that we're really good at consistently is being late to our own show.
Yeah.
I always wait till the last minute. I know I shouldn't, but I procrastinate a lot. Hey, Kajun! Newbie Comics, thanks for joining us. It's good to see you guys. Hope you are all... I can't talk. Hope you are all having a wonderful holiday.
Yes,
and a good
day.
It's been decent so far.
Yeah, so today was it's been interesting today because we had plans to go to our LCS and we were going to do his and hers, we're going to have that segment today, but
we just didn't realize that they were closed for the holiday.
Yeah, we probably should have
checked.
But
to be fair, I did work yesterday from like 1:30 to 7:30, and I thought for sure that we were just going to be super slow, that nobody would call in, and we wouldn't have any, there wouldn't be any calls. I was back to back from 1:30 to 7:30, right? Just back to back all day, and I'm like, wait, this is what? It's like, I was not expecting us to be as busy as we were yesterday, and so I think that just threw me off, because having you home and off of the day for Friday, it felt like Saturday to me. Seriously, all day yesterday felt like Saturday. It was a trip.
It did, yeah. Yeah, all day yesterday felt like Saturday.
Hey, Stay Puff, thanks for joining us. Good to see you. Andy from England.
Yo, what's going on, guys?
Glad you made it. Future man, I hope the future is going good.
Right.
Is there a bright light coming our way? Maybe? I don't know what I'm talking about.
Right. But, so our LCS was closed, so we weren't able to...
And we weren't able to go last week either.
No, yeah, we haven't gone for a couple weeks now.
We're going to have to try and go tomorrow. Hopefully, I can get off early and we can go, because I really want to get new books.
I do too.
But I also need to read the books that I have. I've actually been reading the Catwoman book, though, the 80th anniversary. I've read, like, all but 2 or 1 of the stories in there out of the group that's in there. And I've enjoyed them so far. I'm really liking that 80th anniversary Catwoman issue.
Yeah, I haven't read any of it yet. Not any of them, yeah.
Oh, and I refiled books as well and got them put away. It's glorious. We just need to get more dividers. But I have all of my Green Arrow books, starting at Green Arrow, and then like the first one is like the start of the box, and then it's the same thing for my Catwoman, and it's been working out pretty well.
Yeah.
We just need a hell of a lot more dividers.
Yeah, we definitely. I mean, because we're changing around how we're doing it. Because before we had it where it was A, B, C. It was just like that. But now we're actually
adding in the titles.
Where it's by title, and not only that, but also by volume too. So it would be like Batman Volume 1, Batman Volume 2.
Mm-hmm. Thanks for joining us as well. Good to see you, Rod.
Hey, Rod, what's going on, brother?
Bagging and boarding is kind of peaceful sometimes. I don't mind it. If I'm just like hanging out and there's not really, like, even if I'm just watching a show, I just find it relaxing to bag and board, like pre-make the bags and boards. Like, it's just kind of...
Yeah, I do too.
It's relaxing to me.
Yeah, it is.
But yeah, with the dividers, that's one thing, because like I had started putting some of them in for the ones that we had already labeled, Action Comics Volume 1 and things like that. And I tell you what, I didn't even get to the 4th box of the DC before I ran out of dividers.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And that was out of like the 2 20 packs that we bought. So you need to look at some of them and see if we just remove some of them for other books that have more books in them.
Yeah, we're probably going to have to do that.
It wouldn't make sense to use a divider when there's only like 2 books. It's like, why, and it's rare, but we do have a few books where we only have just like 1 or 2 of them, so.
Yeah, that's true.
You just need to get more what's the word? Dedicated to getting it done.
Yeah, I mean, I know.
I've been doing it on my own for so long.
I know.
keep telling him to catch up, and he just.
I mean, it's just hard, you know, because with everything that I'm, you know, trying to get going with the show going, and
He's an overachiever. He goes in over his head.
and how I'm trying to do, you know, create more shows and have more stuff coming out throughout the week and all that. The week still flies by sometimes, and before I know it, it's Saturday, or sometimes even.
Time goes by too fast.
It's like Friday, and I'm like, oh crap! I haven't even scheduled our stream for the Saturday show, and yeah.
The week goes by too fast. Time needs to slow down. I stole this hat from my sister before she moved to Arizona. I love it. It's one of my favorites.
Yeah, Sharon's in chat. Yeah, I love your hat. It's so super cute.
Good to see you.
Oh yeah, and if you are listening to this later in podcast format, you can check out our streams live every Saturday.
Because he does so much more behind the scenes that I'm just like, wait, what? What are we doing?
Yeah, Saturday, 3 p.m. Pacific.
I'm a slacker, guys. I need to work on it.
On Married with Issues YouTube. Yeah, because we started uploading the audio to podcast format on.
Well, you have. I don't know if you can
on
really
Anchor,
say
Spotify, iTunes.
I would say that's more you. I wouldn't say that's a we, because I don't know how to do that technical stuff. I only know the basics when it comes to technology, like the bare minimums. That's all I know.
Gotta expand your horizons.
That's usually when I break stuff.
Right? Yeah, that's how stuff gets broken.
Yep, that's how. Yeah, that's how it like gets automatically deleted somehow, and I'm like, what did I do? But yeah, we were super kind of bummed because we did go out to the LCS not thinking that it was the holiday. We're like, oh, they are closed, so we're gonna try and go tomorrow. And we did just have a few other things that we were gonna go over and debate that you had in mind.
Yeah, so I did pull a lot of stuff, quite a bit of news stuff, and then I mean, I thought no better of a time to roll out one of our news segments / shows. I mean, I can also see this becoming its own like kind of standalone thing during the week too, pressing issues, where it's, you know, where we kind of just talk about, you know, like what's our pressing issue for pressing issue for that week.
Well, where there's a will, there's a way, and you may or may not do it, but.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I remember when we first started doing like the podcast, it was out in the car, and the neighbor came and knocked on the window and asked if we wanted birthday cake. I was like, we're doing a podcast.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, oops.
And that was what, like 4 years ago?
Was it 4? I think, was it 5?
It was 2016, because remember the first episode we did, we reviewed Suicide Squad.
It was. Yeah, that's right. It was 4 years ago. That's when I got the movie tickets from work, because I did like really good at my job, and I won a contest to get the movie tickets, and we were able to go see it. Oh, those were the days.
Yeah.
Those were the good days. These are still the good days. They're just different days.
All right. So one of the first things
Hey, Carlito.
I was able to find, this is pretty big for me and you.
Yes.
And I even titled the episode sort of, you know, issue 60, aka the one about Fallout. So one of our favorite video game series, it looks like there is a television series in development
For Amazon on Fallout.
Yeah, for Fallout on Amazon Prime.
I just gotta say, Stay Puft, you're lucky. I was thinking ours would be at least open for like part of the day and just close early, but when we got there, they were just completely closed. It was a desert.
Yeah, empty parking lot, not even one car.
Yeah. And so then on the Fallout news, though, he had just barely told me about it as I was just sitting on the couch scrolling through my phone. It's going to be on Amazon, and there was a teaser trailer. So it's like he had told me about it. I was like, oh, that's awesome. And then like no more than like 5 minutes later, I was like, wait a minute, here it is. And it was the teaser trailer on Facebook that I had come across. It looks good. I think it could be very interesting because I love Fallout, and it's just... Nuka-Cola is my favorite too. I want Nuka-Cola.
What definitely has me interested in it as well is that it's being produced by Westworld creators, Kilter Films. Now, we haven't seen Westworld, but I've heard pretty much nothing but good things about it.
That's true.
So
Amazon Prime is amazing. It works out because I let my mom use my Netflix and she lets me use her Amazon. That's how. If you haven't seen Good Omens, you need to go watch it. It is so good.
Yeah, that was the last thing we watched on Amazon.
It, yeah. We need to still watch Knives Out too.
Yeah, I've been wanting to see that too.
I heard something that the cell phone company made a contract with movie people that they can use their phones as like cross promotion in movies, but they can't be bad guys. So it's like if they're a bad guy, they can't use an iPhone. But it's like only the good guys. So I was like, oh, that's interesting. I found that out. I'm like, huh, go figure.
Yeah, I mean, I've kind of heard that stuff before in the past, like with other companies and stuff.
So many tedious rules.
I know.
It's like, come on, we're human. Let us live. Live and let live.
So another bit of news that I saw too, just recently over the last day or two, rumors have been picking up about a possible Batman Beyond live action film.
Hey, Genome, thanks for joining us as well.
Hey, Genome.
Nice find on your first. Well, I don't know if it was a find, but I know you were watching the first Punisher.
Oh yeah, the old Dolph Lundgren one.
Yeah, I've been watching a lot of YouTube clips on the Punisher Netflix series,
which is why that is what our pressing issue is when we get into it later.
I jump ahead, guys.
Yeah. So
I like go
on this Batman Beyond, it kind of coincided with the rumors that we were seeing picking up with Michael Keaton. Talks between him and DC starting to pick up about him reprising his role as Batman,
which could be interesting.
Those rumors at first, it seemed like it was for the Flash movie, which I think is still the case. But now there's also these ones here with a possible live-action Batman Beyond film that's expected to include the Michael Keaton Bruce Wayne.
I don't know if I'll believe it until I see like trailers and ads for it, because it's like everything with the pandemic, everything's like pushed and like backdated. Things aren't coming out at the times that they were, and then it's like also contracts and everything. So like as I'm excited for it, I don't think I'll truly actually get hyped until I see some kind of ad or trailer, in the sense that it is legitimately going to happen and not just be speculation.
Yeah, especially, I mean, some stuff is going back, starting production back up.
Right.
Because I think I saw something, I think the Matt Reeves, the Batman film, I think that either did enter production again or is very close to.
Who knows?
Same thing with Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I think that one's still trying to get like an August release date, which I don't know. I think that's being a little too hopeful, maybe.
I think so too. You always gotta set your expectations low, so then you're not disappointed when they don't happen.
Yeah, keep your expectations low.
Yeah, but keep your health high.
Keep your nice.
I'm an anomaly.
Okay, where was it? Okay, so this one was actually.
It's always great to go back and watch old movies, though.
So the headline is like a little, like Marvel reveals an Avengers dying, and it actually pertains to the new Spider-Woman series, where issue 1 came out like a couple months ago. But
there's a good question. Who do you think should play Batman Beyond?
Okay,
That's a really good question.
So here's the thing with that. I haven't read much Batman Beyond or seen the series, because it was like an animated series or something, I think. So I'm kind of the wrong person to ask on that, but
I'm clueless on that one. All I know is I want to watch more Harley Quinn animated series, because that one brief moment that I found it on TV, I really enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I would. And it makes me want to get the Disney app service just to watch Harley Quinn.
Because in it though, I can't remember if like Batman, like Bruce Wayne, isn't he older and he's kind of taken, is it like Terry McGinnis, or I can't remember his name, but he's taken someone under his wing, I think.
I think so.
Pardon the pun, I guess.
Yeah. You can correct us if we're wrong. That happens sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm an airhead. I don't even know my own name some days.
But anyway, so on this, so Marvel had a preview out for Spider-Woman 2.
Yes.
Which, like I said, the issue number 1 came out. God, it's been a couple months, but because of the pandemic and all that stuff, we haven't seen the second issue for now. And
that's a good point. I gotta agree with you, Kachun. You were hoping to see Keaton in another film as another winged creature, maybe a flying squirrel. He's been a bat, a bird, and a vulture.
Yeah, the bird too. Yeah.
Yeah, good point.
That's kind of interesting, right?
It is. I find crows is good luck. I don't know why.
I love crows.
So random.
Yeah, you know me. Like I love birds and stuff, and Yeah,
Except
I've always
for the
loved
movie,
crows.
except for the movie birds. That one would actually scare me. If that was to happen in real life, I would be terrified of birds.
Yeah.
But it's so funny when you go back and watch like some of the first scary movies that were ever, like The Blob and The Killer Tomatoes and the things that they were afraid of. Some of them are legitimate, and others are like, how can you be afraid of the tooth fairy?
Yeah, some are kind of. I mean, my fear
It just
of
kind of
clowns.
shows like the society that at the time of like what that era was.
I don't
Yeah,
care what
you
people
hate
say.
clowns.
My fear of clowns is legitimate.
I don't really fear clowns too much. I don't really care for them, but I'm not really terrified of them either. If it's like Pennywise and it's like scary clowns, then I'm like, no, I could go without. But if it's like balloon animals at a fair clown, they're innocent. You can't judge a pair by a, well, you can't judge a bunch by a single one. Like, I don't know why I'm defending the clowns.
Yeah, right.
That's weird. I don't know. Maybe it's because my sister had a painting of a clown that my grandpa did. Anyways.
I don't know. Yeah. So I can't believe it's already almost been a year since Robert Kirkman out of nowhere ended the Walking Dead comic series.
It has been a year. That's crazy. Time goes by too fast. And we haven't even really been watching the AMC series. We fell off of that like 2 seasons ago. It just...
Yeah.
It
Which
originally was because we just didn't have cable anymore for a while. And then it was like... It just doesn't seem what it like it is what it used to be. Like
I think the viewership has dropped off quite a bit.
yeah.
And it's kind of crazy that we have too because of how big we were into it. I mean, we even had a Walking Dead podcast.
Talking Decay.
Talking Decay, yeah.
Which was really fun.
Yeah.
Oh, those were the days.
Right.
Is
So
that 4 years ago? 3 years? 4?
yeah, because that was around the same time when I was streaming and
Time goes by too fast. Don't
Yeah.
blink, guys. It goes by too fast.
so
Hey, Garrow!
yo
With no notifications. I can't talk today. What do you mean? I might need a
You get-
personal text from you guys.
you got to ring that bell.
Yes.
So yeah, around a year later, Robert Kirkman had finally opened up about his decision to end The Walking Dead out of nowhere. And there's actually a really good interview up on comicbooks.com about it that I haven't read. Like I started reading it, I read part of it, so I'm gonna have to read the rest of it after.
You dig a lot deeper for all this news stuff than I do.
Yeah.
I just kind of skim through Instagram and Facebook and just like, oh, okay.
Yeah, there was a lot of stuff. I mean,
There is a lot of stuff.
This one is kind of a given though. Disney announces that the Mandalorian to spin off into books and comics. I think I don't think anyone's really surprised about that with the success of
You
the
know
first
what
season.
I think is going to be really interesting, and I don't know when it's coming out, but I know there's been ads, and I think it's really going to show the age of some people, but Bill and Ted, how they got Keanu Reeves and the original guy to come back, and they're going to do another one, and it's just...
Are you like super looking forward to that, or?
I wouldn't necessarily say super, but part of like my nostalgic side. Did I pronounce that right? Nostalgic? I can't say words.
The nostalgia of
Yeah,
it.
that word. You get me, yeah. The nostalgia of it, I would want to kind of see it. Kind of like how Toy Story, you know? It's like, I was a kid when the first Toy Story came out, and then they did 2, 3, and 4, and it's just like, okay, I gotta watch it. Kind of like how I had to watch Ralph Breaks the Internet, since we had seen Wreck-It Ralph. So it's like, just part of me is like kind of completionist and wanting to see how it goes. It could be weird, it could be interesting, it could be good.
Yeah,
You
it
never
can
know.
really go either way.
You never know.
Yeah.
The bell has been rung for a long time. Ooh, sweet. We need to make you a moderator. That's what I
I
said.
thought didn't I give him his wrench back?
I don't know. I know you accidentally blocked him because you're mean.
Yeah.
He does
I
that sometimes. He'll be like on his phone and he won't. He'll like start to fall asleep and he won't realize that he does stuff. And I'm like, I'm always telling him, if you get tired, lay down, or you're gonna do something with the technology that you're gonna be like, wait, how did that happen?
Is
Happened
it
before?
because I can't remember if on here or on StreamYard, like weren't we able to see if they had the wrench?
There should be a wrench. That's what I think.
Yeah, I
Your
thought
show
so.
Monday was great too, by the way.
Yeah,
I needed that.
I'm gonna have to look into it.
I never thought I would have something to look forward to on a Monday. But you and Barbarian do a good show. I saw his video today too. That I actually need to re-show you. That I told you I was gonna do earlier, but I didn't. It was the one where he packaged 11 books and how he sends them.
Oh yeah, you were telling me
It was
about that.
very efficient. I actually liked the way he did it, and it was cool watching his how-to video of the saran wrap and the boards, and it made sense. It was like a penny. Yeah, it was like.
And like I
was
asked you
educational.
before, it was doing it without like a Gemini mailer, right?
Yes, it was without Gemini mailer. It was like how he does it in the bubble wrap bag things.
Oh, that's
the
right.
bubble envelopes, and he does like 2 of them, and then like the books, kind of like how when I got my Barbarian box, and it was how it was packaged. It was the same. It was kind of cool to see the behind the scenes of how he did it. And
Oh,
I
okay.
would probably save that video. I think I did save that video because I know it's something that can come in handy if I ever send out 11 books and we don't have a Gemini mailer. Because
Yeah.
I liked the way it came. I was very impressed with the way it was shipped.
Oh yeah.
Stripped of my wrench and blocked me. I feel like he's trying to tell me something. He is so mean. He is so cruel.
Not on
He's a mean
purpose.
guy.
No,
No,
not
I'm
on purpose.
kidding.
I know it's
Not on
just,
purpose.
it's
but-
just way too easy to
Or you just
to do that. I mean, like it's literally just like 1 or 2 quick taps like on someone's name, and next
You're
thing you
just
know
an
it's
overgrown child to where it's like, no, I don't need a nap. I can play on the swing set, and the next thing you know, the kid's passed out in the swing set.
falling off.
Yeah, that's you. I swear, he'll get tired sometimes, and I'll be like, okay, lay down. And he's like, no, I need a bowl of cereal. I need a cigarette. I'm like, you're worse than a toddler some days. You're lucky I love you. But at the same time, I am just as bad, so I ain't got no room to talk. I just like giving it
All
a
right,
shit.
yeah. Carlito's obviously reading the
Ooh.
story notes at the bottom. Yeah, so yeah, Marvel acquires Alien and Predator comic franchises.
That's crazy. I always forget that you do those banners and I don't pay attention to them, and then I'm like, oh.
Well, I know a lot of times I hit it meaning to go into it, but then like you start talking, so I have to like wait, and then we go down that conversation, and I forget that it's up there.
Happens quite often.
But yeah, Carlito says I want that Predator versus Iron Man variant cover. Yeah, there's an awesome cover. I think I showed you the picture of it, didn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks dope. I would want it too.
Yeah, it's dope. And supposedly, I was reading something. They're
I
gonna kind
recently
of.
found a variant that I didn't realize. I had forgot I had it, and then when I was putting in the dividers, I came across it. It was that Harley Quinn one, the second one, the sideways one. I completely forgot I had that variant. I'm like, oh, that's nice. It's kind of cool when you go through your collection and find stuff you forgot you had.
Wasn't that one was A-OK?
Mhm.
Wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. The 2 Harley Quinn books I have were both A-OK.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I
Yeah.
didn't mean to sidetrack you. What were you saying?
I don't know. I can't remember if it was.
This is how it goes.
I agree with this right here. This is a good point Mr. Garrell makes. Marvel needs to make sure the franchises that they have now are well written before expanding.
I agree, 100%.
Which is true. I mean, they do have some good stuff out there. I mean, our favorite series right now is actually a Marvel book.
Yes.
Um,
Oh, Carlito, yeah, it was just Barbarian did a video of how to package 11 books and ship them out with the way that he packs them. It's a really good video, and I'm definitely probably going to use it to my advantage if I ever need to send out 11 books that I don't have a Gemini mailer for. But yeah, it's a video I came across this morning.
so yeah, and also in this too, they did say that the Alien and Predator comic franchises will kind of exist in their own continuity. But don't be surprised. Don't be surprised if you do see a standalone kind of, Predator versus the Avengers or something, which would be awesome.
That'd be interesting. That X-Men versus Star Trek was a really good one shot. You need to read it. It was really good.
Yeah.
It was really good. But no,
Oh
the
yeah, I
other
forgot to
thing-
mention earlier real quick though. I was reading that Spider-Woman #1
Yes.
right before we went live. But yeah.
He was reading. I was on my phone.
Okay.
I was on Instagram
what were you
liking
saying?
pictures. I was gonna say that I don't know if you had it planned to go over at a later time, but I just recalled that you had showed me the trailer of it. Well, not trailer, but ad of Deadpool being introduced into the MCU
Oh yeah.
through one of the sequels to the Phase 4 that's already planned, and they're thinking it would be 2022. I'm thinking that's a little too soon, unless they've already had it in the works for a while and have kind of kept it on the hush hush, like, you know, they've already started doing stuff. But with everything going on and how everything's been delayed and pushed back, I don't see it quite happening as promised in 2022. But it would be interesting to see Deadpool brought into the MCU as like through one of the Phase 4 Marvel movies for the MCU. It could be interesting, and it's like you had said earlier when you had showed it to me, that it would be better for them to have his next film be that way instead of just doing Deadpool 3.
Yeah.
And I agree 100%.
Which is how they've done stuff in the past a lot, you know, where they'll have someone kind of cameo in a movie first before, you know, setting up their big solo one.
Did they get the film TV rights as well?
So for they're probably asking about the Alien and Predator one. All the reports and everything I was reading, it was just their comic franchises. But actually, to your point though, no, I think they actually got those from that Fox buyout. So I think they have those too now, or they did from that.
That could be possible.
Because if I remember right, one of the articles I was reading mentioned that.
I just feel like Sony is gonna hold on to Spider-Man with all that they have, and they're just gonna make them jump through loops to. Like they're gonna ask for more than half their share, but
well, the deal in the past, like they were getting all the profits. I mean, just Marvel Studios was just able to make it.
Greedy.
They got the creative freedom, but Sony got the profits. Is the way it was before, and I don't know if that's how it still is. But to go back to your Deadpool thing, though, I did have that down.
I'm like a squirrel.
So several, and this is what has me really hyped for this. So there was several reports stating that Deadpool will make his debut in the MCU as early as 2022. Sources claim he's stated to debut in 2 Phase 4 sequels, Thor: Love and Thunder and Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness.
It was also stated that Ryan Reynolds, what's the word?
Pitched? Are you talking about when he pitched that idea?
Yeah. So, yeah, exactly that word that I was trying to say.
Yeah, I love this.
So that Ryan Reynolds approached the MCU and was like, okay, we got to bring Deadpool into the picture. Let's do Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe.
The Fox Marvel Universe.
The Fox Marvel Universe. Which would be great, but Coulson's already dead, and I don't even know if Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
it would have been the Fox one. So, like the Fox X-Men, the Fox Fantastic Four.
Oh, okay.
The Fox Marvel stuff. You know, all the X-Men movies, all the
well, still in genuality.
Days of Future Past.
It was still in genuality in the books. He does kill.
Coulson, there is a story. But
that's how I connected it in my head, even though it doesn't actually connect.
I know you were all over the place. I'm still trying to talk about.
I am sorry. I know. I think I took my meds.
28 minutes, and you've already gone through all the story notes, and you did it in like the last 5 minutes.
My bad.
Pace yourself and talk about each one before moving on.
I have a short attention.
Holy shit! I'm still trying to talk about the Deadpool and the MCU thing.
You can go back to it. You can go back to it.
So getting to that Deadpool kills the Fox Marvel Universe that he pitched, it was actually considered and shopped around a little bit. They even wanted Michael Bay for it.
Ooh.
Which I don't know about that, but
yeah.
I mean, he makes awesome action movies. You know, sometimes it's maybe goes a little overboard, but.
Did you hear somebody knocking, or am I hearing things?
I don't know.
No, I think no. Yeah. Okay, it's just in my head. My bad. Sorry. Sometimes I hear things. Anywho.
Yeah, about that.
It's a miracle that we have any conversations at all. It really is.
I
don't know how it works. I can't help it. I get so excited, and then I jump I jump the gun, and then I just get ahead of myself, and I'm like, oh wait, yeah. I'm like, wait a minute.
I'm gonna start tattooing show notes on your forehead before every show.
How can I read them if they're on my forehead? You'd have to put them on your forehead.
I don't know. I'm sure you'll figure out a way.
Is it like Bad Santa dropping on your own head? Oh my god, that movie is so funny. You showed it to me. It's like, are you fucking with me? It's such a good movie.
Okay,
I don't know.
This
at
one,
least fits my sense of humor.
I'm really stoked for this one. I even sent McD a message about this one. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is being rebooted on the big screen. Nickelodeon is handling the CG adaptation with Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg signed on to produce.
That could be good. That could be really good.
So, reboot, and it's CG. So, animated or CG.
Yes.
TMNT.
Completionist, so I look at the whole. I do, but I jump around a lot. Like, I go from like the middle to the beginning to the end, and I'm the worst at telling jokes because I end up saying the punchline first, and I'm like, wait, no, that's not how it goes.
Yeah,
I'm scattered.
There was a couple. I mean, we mentioned the Fallout stuff, but there was a couple other video game stuff too.
What was that other one?
So there was like an Xbox report of them doing like an Xbox Series S, so like a companion console to the Series X that will be a less powerful, cheaper version, kind of like a digital only, like we know that the PS5 is going to be doing now.
Yes.
So
Which
yeah,
is weird.
There's rumors and reports that Xbox will announce one of themselves. One, yeah, for them as well.
Yep. I did hang up the Batman Who Laughs poster. I got it to fit perfectly in a frame, and I hung it up.
And then the last one on the video game front, so like the Batman Arkham games, recent rumor has surfaced that that's given fans a bit of hope for the next Batman game. Court of Owls is reported to be the main enemy faction, including, and it's also thought rumored to include a mechanic similar to the Nemesis system in Middle-earth: Shadow of Mordor. A source close to the project also states that the entire Bat family will be playable for the first time, and there's actually also supposed to be an expected reveal next month at DC's. It's kind of DC's like E3. It's what E3 was going to be, I think, or Comic-Con. I can't remember. E3 or Comic-Con. I think probably Comic-Con.
You have a better memory than me.
Yeah.
If they do the Turtles like they did Thanos, it could be great. I like the original Turtles movie costumes. I have to find that picture. I bet you anything it is buried in that closet.
I think so.
I am pretty, like, 98% sure that it is in one of those boxes up at the top of the closet, right there. But that closet is so packed full of empty boxes, and it just,
Yeah, it really is.
it's full.
Let's see, and I had another thing here.
I am gonna find it though. Eventually, I will find it, and I will post it because you guys gotta see it. It's like his grandma was a seamstress, and as I've said before, but she made the best TMNT costume for you. Like, it looked legit. It was awesome. I need to find that picture.
I know it's so funny too. Like the big turtle heads like around mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Superman.
Yeah, and growing up, my favorite turtle was always Leonardo. I mean, if you had to hazard a guess, you probably would say like Raphael or something, because like the red one.
I want to guess Leonardo.
Yeah, maybe my love for Deadpool goes back to that too, like the two swords.
That could be.
I don't know what that was.
It's creativity at its finest.
Something.
Yep.
There was one more thing.
Did I throw you off your game?
Never.
Always.
So
Always, guys. Always. I'm always throwing him off. It's quite hilarious sometimes.
So we do have the Batman Earth 1 Volume 1 trade by Jeff Johns.
I believe so.
I haven't read it yet though. And
It's behind display books.
I always knew there was a Volume 2. But it looks like Jeff Johns recently stated that Volume 3 is finished. I think he said it was finished literally just like a week or two ago. And that DC just needs to release it. And Green Lantern Earth 1 Volume 2 is due out August 11th. And for those that don't know, Earth 1 is a new reader-friendly original graphic novel.
And I do have a
series
trade in
that
the
they did.
hold that just came out that I'm excited to get because I regret not jumping on this series when it first came out. The Amazing Mary Jane. And so the first trade of that's come out, and I have the first trade in the hold. I was hoping to get that today because I've heard good things about that series, and I just want to kind of read it. And I wish I would have jumped on it from the beginning, but I also still really like trade reads, so I'm excited for that. Thank you so much for the. Yeah, I love the wall now. I like it so much more this way. Instead of having it be Marvel, DC, have it his and hers. I
I
never
know. How did we not
realized
have that before? Like it just fits the show
I
so
was
much better too.
absent. I was absent in the planning of where things went. Because you noticed when we first moved in here, you were the ones putting everything on display and setting everything up. I'm like, oh, okay. I was like, okay, yeah, this can go here, this can go there, And it wasn't up until recently that I've started to, like, take a little more charge of some of the displays where I'm like, okay, this can't be empty anymore. We got to move this over here. Let's do this. And we actually moved one of the posters that were in here out there, and it looks really good out there. I'll have to take a picture of that and show you guys. But I never realized how much more of a DC buff I am compared to Marvel, because I always thought that I kind of liked Marvel more over DC. But if you look at his and hers, you got like Marvel and DC. I have DC, Indie, DC.
Yeah,
I,
I
I
think the
never
only
realized
Marvel
that.
I see over there is the 3 Ant-Man books, the like Scott Lang keys.
Yeah. Which is shocking to me because I still love Marvel. I do. Well, and what's crazy about my favorite DC characters is that the top three favorite ones are the ones that don't have superpowers, that aren't gods, like Superman, that don't have the super
They were
abilities.
regular people that
Yeah,
something
Batman,
spectacular
Catwoman,
happened to
and Green
them.
Arrow. Yeah, Green Arrow, Batman, and Catwoman. Like, those three are just my top three favorite characters, and they just all happen to be DC. But the same thing that I love about Marvel is how most often their characters are just human people, like Tony Stark. Well, you would be a billionaire with Tony Stark, but still,
Well, it's kind of the same
it's
thing as
like
Batman.
exactly. Yeah, it really is. But it's interesting. I never realized it until we like set up our display. But yeah, I like the little Pez thing too. That guy. We got it from those guys. And we actually know we had that package from those guys for like a good couple
I know
days.
that was.
And then they sent us a message. Because like, if we don't really think that we have any mail, we hardly ever check the mail at all. And I remember getting a picture sent to me on Instagram. And it was like, hey, it says delivered. I'm like, wait, what?
I know. I
And then it was a big box. And it was a lot of stuff. It was a lot of cool stuff. It was my first redheaded stepchild. One of my children.
I know. Yeah, you kind of have to be a long time follower of the channel to kind of get that
Yeah.
reference. But
They are my kids.
see, there
love 'em.
was. Did I not make?
Raphael is good. Soldier, you seen the trailer for Immortal Shell?
Oh yeah, I just saw that. No, I haven't. I don't think I've heard of that. I need to. I'll have to check it out though.
You need to Google it. Google.
I mean, it kind of sounds familiar.
Google it.
Like the game. The game I've been really wanting to play lately is the Outer World. I think that's the name.
Yes, it is Outer Worlds. I have just been wanting to rewatch The Punisher on Netflix because it is so great. Weren't we gonna also mention how?
That's what we're getting to.
Oh, see, there I go, getting ahead of myself.
That's like
again.
the main. Yeah. So like that's what I was looking for.
At least I stopped myself this time. I didn't spoil it. I'm really good at spoilers. It's
So
bad.
yeah, I actually think I need to.
But I think it is else. You said Otherworlds or Elseworlds?
Outer. I think it's Outer World.
I think it is Outer. I still need to play the Two Souls Beyond and what's the name of it? It's
Hellblade.
Hellblade. Yes, that movie looks so good. Not movie, game. Looks really good, and I really want to play it because I think I've heard that it was like critically acclaimed for captivating what it is like for a schizophrenic, and being a schizophrenic myself, I really want to play it and see what it's like. And from what I have seen, I could definitely relate to how it's portrayed. But I just haven't played it, and I don't have a PlayStation in the room. I don't have the Xbox, and so it's like I'd have to either play it out in the living room or wait till you get your new PlayStation that I get your Spider-Man one.
Yeah, the Spider-Man PS4 Pro.
He gets them first, and then I get the ones. I get the downgrades. I get the hand-me-downs, but I'm okay with it because I don't mind. I'm not that big of a buff when it comes. Well, like I am, but I don't mind.
Oh god, I forgot what I was gonna say.
I tend to have that effect on people.
Oh yeah, but no. So the Outer Worlds, it's kind of like Fallout. You know, it's
Oh yeah, that's right.
It's made by the same people, and it's kind of like an open world. Uh, where you have like a lot of choices, and the choices you make can determine,
Like
the
Life is
game itself.
Strange.
And yeah,
Life is Strange was a fun game to play. I enjoyed it. I really liked the other one, Until Dawn, as well. That one I thought
Yeah.
was really good.
yeah, that one was fun. Probably the game I'm really looking forward to the most right now is Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
Cyberpunk
Favorite
2077.
powers? Fave powers, Wolverine, Spidey, I guess Daredevil, although being blind isn't really a power, it does heighten his other senses. See, that's what I like about Daredevil. That's what I
Yeah.
really love about Daredevil, is it's that he takes advantage of what he does have. Because, if you can't hear, if you're blind, it's said that your other senses are enhanced. But it's just the way that they turn him into a superhero and justice, and how he just wants to do good, and it's an awesome story. I love Daredevil, and if you aren't reading the current Daredevil run, you totally
Yeah,
should
you're
be.
missing out.
Oh, it is so good, so good.
Yeah, Chip Zdarsky's writing, Marco Cicchetto's art. I mean, both of those creators, I'm always talking about how underrated I feel they are.
You know what I really loved about I'm really bummed that they ended up canceling like all of the Netflix
And that's what we're
Marvel
going to be getting
movies.
into, yeah.
Because I think in the past week I get stuck on YouTube sometimes, and I go through all these video clips of like shows, and I've really been stuck on a bunch of them from Punisher and Daredevil, and I really like how Frank Castle is always calling him Red.
Yeah,
He's just
in the
like,
comics he
Red.
does that too.
I love it. It's awesome.
Two Gun Pedro, pew
Pew
pew,
pew.
yo yo.
Shots fired.
Right? So
I'm so glad the AC is working now. The AC wasn't working last week, and we didn't know what was going on, and I'm so glad it's
yeah,
working now.
it's gotten a lot better.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what we're going to get into for our new segment, pressing issues. So for this one, how would you bring in so like the Netflix Marvel characters? How would you bring them into the MCU? So like Punisher, Daredevil, Luke Cage.
I know I already said this, but I forgot how I said it.
That's why I was trying not to talk about it too much, so that our discussion would be more.
And that's why I talk so sporadically about like one subject and then on to the next, because I forget what I was gonna say about the first subject or the last subject, and then I'm like, wait, what was I? And then the idea just like completely escapes my mind. So it's like if I have the thought process that it's there, I just kind of need to say it.
So I mean,
yeah.
the first thing
It's
you
a
have to ask
tendency.
yourself is, so if it was up to us, so like if we're like the showrunners or whatever, like if we're Feige, Kevin Feige, so the first question you kind of have to start with is, do we continue from what happened in those shows, or are we rebooting them, recasting them, whatever, You have to start from there.
So I do want to shout out to Gun Pedro. Thanks for joining us. Pew pew. Anyways, I'm repetitive. Anyways, so many other thoughts just occurred in my head. No, so what I was saying earlier was that I actually really enjoyed the actors who played in all of the Netflix series.
Oh yeah.
I feel like the actor who did Luke Cage and Jessica Jones, I feel like they were perfect for the role. And Bernthal is just one of the best Punishers I've ever seen.
Yeah,
He fits it to a T. It's like he was born to play the role of Punisher. That I would just hope they would somehow bring all of the original actors, because it's like we were saying earlier that even with Iron Fist, the acting in the first season wasn't the best, but the story arc was good enough to keep your attention to bear through some of it and then still watch it till the end, or at least it was for me in that sense. And then the second season, you could tell that the acting got better, and there was huge improvements, and the way it ended was just so good, and then it was canceled. And it's like, but you can't do that to us nerds.
I know,
You
the
gotta
way that
finish your
ended.
story. Like, we're so like completionists, and we gotta know what happened. And it's like, why? Why would you like set it up and then just? It's like you're just popping a kid's balloon. Like, nope, you don't get to see what happens. No, for you. I would just hope that it would be cool if they could get all of the same characters, and I would hope for like some kind of backdoor entry of. Because it's like I was saying earlier, I like how they introduced Punisher in the Netflix series through Daredevil.
I love how they did that.
But Daredevil isn't in the current MCU, so you would think of a different character, but it's like, which one would it be? And because I would want it as a backdoor type of one character connected to another. You know, like,
Yeah.
oh, what's her name? The nurse, Orozio.
Yeah, Rosario Dawson.
Rosario
Claire
Dawson.
Claire
Claire.
Temple is who she
Yeah.
played.
Like, if they were to just have her pop up in the MCU and then be like one of like if they were to connect it through her like they did in the Netflix series, that would be kind of cool.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they kind of flip-flopped a little on her because, like, they kind of started going down the route like she was going to be the night nurse, and then she kind of turned into, what's her name? I can't remember the name of the character. It's like Panther. Is it like White Panther or something? Because she has the claw
Claire?
things. Remember? Because she had those at the end. Yeah, Clarity. So they kind of flopped like what they were doing with her, which is interesting because Rachel McAdams or whatever in Doctor Strange was actually kind of supposed to be night nurse originally too.
Oh yeah, that's what you were saying earlier. What if it was see, I can't control my thoughts. I try. You think I would be able to by the time with the age I'm at, but no, I lose my thoughts all the time. No, it was oh crap, I think I just forgot.
Oh my god.
Goodness gracious, I don't know about myself sometimes. It was there just a second ago.
Yeah.
Just say what you just said.
What?
I might remember it if
Something about the night nurse, like Claire. They kind of made her night nurse, but then Rachel McAdams.
That's what it was. Introducing, so the way that if they bring Daredevil into the MCU, it would be cool if they did it through Doctor Strange.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, a lot. I have a feeling a lot of this is going to come down to Doctor Strange because since they're messing around with the multiverse stuff.
That's true.
Yeah.
I think Doctor Strange is going to be the
yeah,
gateway door. He's going to be the door
yeah,
to like all the tunnels.
all crossroads lead to Strange.
I love Doctor.
You know,
They did such
bringing
a
in-
good job casting Doctor Strange.
Bringing in Fantastic Four, X-Men.
Yeah, I thought
Like,
I heard
all
Matt
this
Murdock
stuff.
was going to be a pop-up in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, but he might not be Daredevil yet. That could still be interesting. I would just hope that it's the same actor, because he did good.
See, that's true. So
I
with
really like
multiverse
the-
stuff, they could even have the same actors,
Yeah.
but they could be from a different Earth, to where
Like the crossover
where
they did
Charlie
on the
Cox,
CW.
yeah, to where Charlie Cox isn't Daredevil yet.
Yeah.
So it's still the same actor,
Yeah.
but it's not the same Matt Murdock Daredevil that we had seen. It's a different
Exactly.
Earth one.
That would be dope.
That's true. So
I am
so
really
it could be the
excited
same
for Doctor
actors, but
Strange.
they kind of reboot the characters, but same actors.
I still love what they did with Thor. There was like
Or you can bring in all the Defenders together. You know, because like how they had the team. So there's a way
Can
to
you
bring all of
imagine?
them in.
Can you imagine if they did it in a way that in Endgame, how Star-Lord and them were trying to find Gamora, and Spider-Man and, you know, it's like, I'll do you one better. Who is Gamora? Why is Gamora? You know, and how it's like, wait, you guys are after the same guy that we're after. What if they did a scenario like that, but it was just Marvel characters? Well, duh, they're all Marvel characters. I don't know why. I'm a lost cause. What I was saying, though, is what if they did the Defenders going after the same multi-bad guy that, like, to where it's, like, the same scenario, to where it's, like, it's this big event that, or a bad guy or something or whatever that's happening that...
Shared
the
shared
event-
enemy kind of thing. Yeah.
Sure, yeah. What if they do it as like a shared enemy? Because it's kind of like how Spider-Man Far From Home, how like Mysterio had like did the illusion of like
Oh, like he was the elementals.
yeah. With the elementals, but that would be kind of cool if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense,
Yeah.
but it makes sense in my head. It would be kind of cool if they did it in that scenario, to where it was a shared bad guy that they're going after, and it's like the Defenders show up, and then all these other, and then the Marvel characters that we already know are in the MCU show up, and it's like, wait, but I don't know, because then maybe it wouldn't have the same effect because they've already did it, in a sense.
That's true.
But if they were to somehow do it like that, that would be pretty cool. If it was to just like kind of be like a blip in the universe or something, and then it's like they're just tossed in together. You know, where it's like not necessarily one character backdoor pilot or entry into the universe, but
it's just crazy
like,
because
just toss them in with some big event.
Yeah, I mean, it's just crazy because there's so many different ways they can do this. There's so many characters coming in now, and they have so many platforms too. Because so now it's not just movies as well, you know. So now they also have Disney Plus, and they have the like TV shows too.
Yeah, when they go to the MCU, if they do, they'll recast as they'll be scared that people will think it's just a long TV movie.
Right.
That's a good point. But because I would just hope that they at least have Bernthal. But I mean, that some of the characters, the actors that they had play the Marvel Netflix shows were just so perfect.
Yeah, and Carlito says Tebow said that they're in negotiations with Charlie. Yeah, I think I had heard that too.
I hope so, because he was a good Daredevil. He was the best, because
he really was.
You do know those failed movies.
But yeah. Along with what Carlito's saying that he's seen Tebow says, kind of the same stuff I've been reading too. Like Feige and Marvel Studios, they were really sold on Bernthal and Charlie Cox.
Well, and like that's the thing, is that when they originally created the Netflix Marvel shows, it was supposed to be in the same continuity, because even in almost every series of the Netflix show, they mentioned...
The incident in New York was mentioned at least once.
Yeah, exactly. Or even in Jessica Jones, where it's the kid down the hall, it's like, do you know Captain America? Mm-hmm. So they're already in that same universe, that it's like, what if it's like...
They just weren't crossed over like how they wanted to do it. But
yeah, the connection wasn't connected, but it was like...
With the Disney Plus and all this now we're going to see that. TV shows and movies crossing over. And
he makes a good point. Don't forget, the MCU movie stories are already Easter eggs in the Netflix series. That's true.
Yeah,
true.
That's a good point.
But it happens, though not many of the same TV shows which have had in movies have had in the same actors. True. Well, there's been so many good movies where it's like perfect acting, and then... it depends on who they have playing that character, because some of them are just like Ryan Reynolds was just born to be Deadpool.
Oh yeah.
And it's like this is maybe off subject, but kind of on the same subject in my mind, is I really want to know what character they're going to finally agree on for Keanu Reeves. It's been in the talks for a while now, and he's been in and out of meetings and conversations with them that they really want him in the MCU, but they're just having a hard time finding out which character they want him to be. I honestly would love him to be Moon Knight, but there's also other characters
Moon Knight or Warlock.
Yeah, see, or Warlocks. That's like what makes it hard, is because I love Keanu Reeves as an actor. He is such a humble, awesome dude. He's one of my favorites, and I would love to be able to see him in the MCU, but it's still in the air what character he's playing, because it's well known that he wants to be in it. MCU wants him in it. He wants
too bad, and Marvel Studios wants him.
It's just a matter of finding the right fit. Yeah. And I think that, honestly, I am really glad they didn't jump the gun and just go straight to one character. I like how they have been having these conversations and negotiations. Yeah, that's the right word. It just didn't sound right in my head for a second. Well, having these negotiations is like, it shows that they're not half-assing it. They're not just going to rush it. They're going to make sure it is the right fit, because with everything that they've already pulled off in the past 10 years, it's like they definitely know their shit of how to do it. And
that's what I was going to say. I think if you were to name one thing why this whole MCU thing has worked, and I think patience.
I think patience
is why it's worked, because, like you said, they took their time to build up the Avengers individually before they even got to Avengers 1. Avengers 1 was 3 or 4 years into the MCU.
This is true.
I think so. If right off the top of my head, I think it was 3 years or something like that. I think where DC tried jumping right in, like Justice League.
Well, and it's like, if you think about it, because there was Spider-Man before the MCU with Tobey Maguire. And when that first movie came out, you already knew that there was going to be a second. And I remember going to see that movie in theater with my mom because, of course, my mom's a huge Spidey fan,
Oh, yeah.
loves Spider-Man, and it was, my mom hates going out to the movies and going to public, but if it's for a nerd movie like Spider-Man or Marvel, she'll always go, which is awesome. But it's like when they came out with the first Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire, they already knew that there was going to be a second one when it was released. They did good at that. I do like the way that they're pulling it off more Tom Holland now, but if it wasn't Marvel who did the Tobey Maguire ones.
No, those were Sony still.
Those were Sony?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, because Sony has had the film rights for a long time.
Yeah, because that one I know was planned out ahead, but it's still kind of like, it was good, but like I would still watch them again. It's just the way that Marvel's done it, it works out better. So it's like Marvel was able to outdo what Sony did.
Although I will say, I mean, from what it looks like, I mean, because like obviously we've only really seen one movie from Sony's like Marvel,
Venom?
little verse. Yeah, the Venom verse was what fans are calling it. From what we've seen from that, and then trailers of Morbius,
trailers for Morbius look so good.
It seems that they're like almost kind of loosely tying it to the MCU, just kind of leaving it open enough to where in the future they can be like, see so like right there. Because you notice in the trailer there's a shot where there's a picture of Spider-Man in the background that says murder. And then you get the Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
At the end, so.
That's what I wish. That's what I really wish big corporations and directors and movie shot people, like Kevin Feige. He is incredible. I agree with you 100%.
Oh, yeah. In Feige we trust.
Yes, definitely. Patience, planning, and vision. But when you take aside the greed of how much money it's going to make you or what you get out of it, and you just leave it open to be a crossover and a team up, it's teamwork makes the dream work. So it's like you can't be so secluded to your own profits. You kind of have to just share don't be so greedy and just be open with it
and of course look at this deal that Sony has had though, where they don't have to do any work.
And they get the majority,
but they get the profits.
That's not right. Why is it gotta be so greedy? Why can't they just
But that
find
shows
a neutral
you
ground? There shouldn't be so much competition. It should just be working together.
It's just if you think about it though, from Marvel's side.
But I understand the competition sense of it.
If you think about it, that shows you how much faith Marvel has in Feige and Marvel Studios. Oh, yeah. To let them do that, they're letting him make a movie that they're really not going to see. Profits from, but they get the creative freedom to include him in this universe that they have.
He's like,
but then they get to use him in the crossovers, like the Avenger movies.
You know what would be kind of cool?
It's just insane. That shows you how much faith they have in him.
You know what would be kind of cool? Is how the one thing that was really awesome with Stan Lee is how he did so many cameos.
Yeah.
What if Feige starts doing more cameos in all the movies?
I've thought of that. Yeah.
That would be kind of cool. You're living on the tradition of passing on the torch and never letting that torch die. Of just he's a revolutionary for what he created with the Marvel universe. It'd be kind of cool to see him have cameo bits where he's doing that in respect to the love that Stan Lee had in doing it. It's just that'd be kind of cool. And it's the Russo brothers.
It'd be a nice
how they were in it too on Endgame. One of the Russo brothers was. So cool.
Not only that, he was that same.
You haven't seen the trailer for Morbius? You got to see it, man. It's good.
Oh yeah.
I've been living under a rock though too, so.
The same Russo brothers actually in Winter Soldier too.
Yes.
He's the doctor that's taking care of.
My foot is going completely
Nick Fury.
numb.
And then Brubaker himself is in it too. He has a cameo in it too.
I could not feel my foot.
I
had my legs crossed too long. Oh.
This thought crossed my mind real quick.
What is that?
A way that they can bring in a couple of the Netflix people,
How?
and it's a team up in a movie/show that has been heavily rumored.
The Hand.
Thunderbolts.
Ooh, Thunderbolts.
That gives you Deadpool, Punisher, Elektra. You have Ross already in the MCU.
True. That's true. I would hope that the actress that they had play Elektra in the Netflix series was perfect.
Yeah.
She was like
I'm glad you brought that up. We have to mention that they have to bring her too.
I loved her as Elektra. She was, and then you really saw how good of an actress she was in that last season where she was.
I think she stole the show for that season of Defenders.
I agree. She totally did, because you could tell in her acting that she was just completely different, and she portrayed it so well that it was like so believable, and it just goes to show how great of an actress she is, and she's perfect for Elektra.
Yeah. She definitely made that Defender season.
Yeah, it is a good trailer. You should definitely watch it.
Yeah, it's been out for a long time. It's been a while since we've seen it, the trailer.
It's been out for a little bit, but I mean, with everything again with the pandemic, it's like everything got put on hold, and some things are picking up, some things aren't. It's just kind of like,
Speaking of that and stuff on hold, the Disney Plus streaming service show.
That's true.
That I was looking forward to the most is the Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Oh yeah, I know you've been really.
I've been just waiting for that.
Yeah, you've been super excited for that one, but I was thinking June said he had want Warlock cameo in Thor 4 for full appearance in Guardians 3. I agree with you there 100%. And then I remember I haven't seen it, stopped watching trailers from anyone but Marvel because they spoiled too much, which is true. Because that's one thing I don't like about some trailers is it's like you see a trailer for a movie, it looks really good, it looks hilarious, you're so excited to go see it. You go see it, and all the bits that were in the trailer aren't even in the movie. Yeah. And then what was in the trailer that wasn't in the movie, or what was in the movie that was in the trailer, is just the best parts in the movie where it's like, oh, you already saw the movie from the trailer.
I've noticed that a lot of studios have gotten bad with that, yeah.
That's definitely, I think, one thing Feige understands with the hype and building it is you gotta have enough element of mystery and intriguing, make it intriguing and interesting and just on the edge of your seat. You gotta have that suspense, and it makes all the difference.
It really does, because I mean, I've said this many times, like when you think about it.
Oh yay! I always hated mowing the lawn.
Yo,
I'm
Russ.
glad we don't have a lawn to mow. We're in an apartment.
What's
hey
good,
Russ,
Super
good
Russ?
to see ya.
But yeah, I mean, I've said it many times, but it's like when you think about it, what they've done, it's incredible.
Well, I love how
20-something movies that.
I love from the get-go on the first Iron Man, the end credits, the way that they pioneered there being a trailer for the next big thing in the MCU.
The after credit clip.
And that one of the last ones with the second Ant-Man, when we stayed in the theater and watched the after credit clip, I was like, that one is just a troll. Like, there's some of them that are just trolls where it's like, okay, we made you sit here for another 5 minutes to see this trailer, but it's just haha. Like, it's just like a silly one. Like,
it's the one when it was the ant just playing the drums.
Yeah, which was still cool because there's an ant playing the drums, and so they think Scott's at home. But it's kind of a troll, kind of like how Kevin Smith was when he did that Hit Girl series, because he's been criticized on his writing in comics for having a lot of dialogue, which I legitimately agree it is valid, because I mean even Guardian Devil and Green Arrow Quiver, there was a lot of dialogue. There was a lot of information. But when he did Hit Girl, that first issue, there was only one single thought bubble at the end. I'm like...
On the very last page, huh?
Yeah. I was like, Kevin Smith, you are a troll. I love it. And it was a good...
And the funny thing about it is, it was... The funny thing about it, that was a good issue.
I don't know if we did. I don't think we sold it, did we?
I don't think we did. I don't remember.
I don't know. I just know I loved it because it was I was so excited to read it, knowing that Kevin Smith was writing it, and then I get to it and I'm flipping through the pages and I'm looking at the art and the story that's developing, and then it only had one thought bubble. I was like, you troll.
I know.
That's
Like,
so
at
great.
the end.
Some trolls are good because it's like, okay, you got me there.
Oh yeah, and Carlito says too. Also, Marvel was great at misleading or fake scenes in their trailers, which I respect.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
they're
'cause
good at
it's
the
even
fake
like
out. Yeah.
how Hela in Thor Ragnarok pushes over the gauntlet is just like fake, and then
I know that, like, such a subtle nod that like that's not the real one.
Yeah.
Like Thanos has the real one.
but then also if you notice in the trailers for Endgame when they have the stones in the gauntlet, there's a trailer that they removed one of the stones because they didn't want it to give away for the movie.
That at that
but-
point he had them
yeah.
all, and yeah.
And that I thought was awesome. That was very strategic. Like that's the way to go about it. You got to do those psych outs
Or,
because you like you. It's like a magic trick, like how it's always said, like how you are with how that one time you stole my sock and I couldn't find it for the
Sleight
life
of
of me.
hand.
Sleight of hand, yeah.
Yeah.
He's good at that. Or, it's like you make him watch this hand while you're doing something with this one, and that.
Which is exactly why magicians have assistants.
Well, yeah, but it's strategic and it's smart and it's the way to go about it.
Oh yeah. Super Russ says, I really wish DC would have followed the same formula as Marvel.
Agreed.
It took their time setting up the jail, the Justice League. Yeah,
Agreed.
I agree too.
That seems so rushed.
Yeah,
and
that
it
goes
just,
back into what we were saying earlier with the patience. Is why I think
patience
it's
is
worked a lot for
virtue,
Marvel
and
Studios.
duct tape is silent. Is golden or silver? I don't know.
Uh,
But yeah, no, I agree because DC definitely rushed into it too quick.
Mhm.
And I mean, the Wonder Woman was good. I'm still interested in seeing the second Wonder Woman,
Oh yeah.
but I don't know. It's just and aren't they going to like scrap and redo Suicide Squad 2?
Well, okay, so
Wasn't there some news on that?
the James Gunn Suicide Squad is like done, at least like filming and everything. I'm sure it's probably like technically in post production.
Yeah, it could be.
Because I did read something or see something where James Gunn is at least done filming it. Like they've already done principal photography or whatever you want to call it. But
To be fair, I just realized that's one thing Marvel had a little bit of issue with, and it's because of the rights of the character and who owns loyalties. Loyalties?
royalties.
Yeah, royalties, not loyalty. I don't know. Hulk.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Um,
That goes back to a Universal, I think.
Yeah, because the first two Hulks weren't that good at all. But Mark Ruffalo is the perfect Hulk.
I know.
I think he is so good for the role, fits it so well. He's only in the MCU as like a side character, so he
can only
can't
be
have
in-
his
in-
own movie.
Yeah.
Which would be awesome if they would be able to just get the rights and create one with him, because I think he's the best Hulk out of the two failed attempts. But I do like how they were able to at least consider the continuity from the failed Hulk.
That the Edward Norton one is, yeah.
Yes,
It's,
so yeah, I was glad that they were able to bring that into full circle, but it just
Yeah.
Mark Ruffalo is the best.
One thing,
Hulk.
I'm wondering how they're pulling off this She-Hulk series.
That's gonna be
Because
interesting.
the way I understood it is that she was also included in that Universal thing.
Oh, sorry, I gotta move.
So
moving along.
I don't know. Maybe the show is, because if it's still like the same deal that the Hulk was, where it has to be like what is it called? Like a co-starring role. I don't know. Maybe the TV series it's like a team up the whole time or something. I don't know.
That could be interesting. I gotta agree with you, Carlito. Man of Steel and Wonder Woman were good. The
Yep.
only thing with Man of Steel, I wish that
Amy Adams.
no. Well, yes, and no.
I hate her.
Yes, and no. I wish that what's his name that did? Oh God, it's at the tip of my tongue. He did Buffy.
Oh, Joss Whedon.
Yeah, Joss Whedon. I don't know why I always forget his name for the life of me. But they should have done the black suit.
Oh, he did Justice League.
Yeah,
Not
Justice League.
Man of Steel.
Oh, okay. I was thinking of the wrong.
Man
But
of
they-
Steel and BBS was Snyder.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. I just got him confused then. But still, in that sense, I wish he wouldn't have changed. That he should have had
But
the
to your
black
point,
suit.
you're right though. Yeah.
Yeah. He should have kept the black suit.
He Whedonized too much of Snyder's
John's Comments
stuff.
with Kids. Thanks for joining us.
Hey, John.
Good to see you. Yeah, it made a difference.
So to that point, I actually haven't asked you this. I'm kind of curious. With the whole Snyder cut.
What?
Like with it being, it's official that it's a thing and it's actually coming out. Because ever since Justice League came out, it's been rumored if the Snyder cut even existed.
Okay.
So.
What is the question?
Like, because I think it's going to be on like HBO or something on HBO streaming service. I think is where it's going to be.
I don't know. I might have to just wait and see.
But I guess it was kind of like, I guess the question was like, are you hyped to see it? Do you want to see it? I sure in the hell do.
I would want to see it for the same reason that I like buying movies on DVD is the deleted scenes. Yeah. Like that's the one thing I love going. Like I really love the physical copy of movies and DVDs, and I know there's a lot of them that are digital, and you still get the bonus features and everything with the digital versions. But I really love watching the deleted scenes because sometimes they should have left some of those in that would have made the difference in that part of the movie making more sense. Mm-hmm. So in regards to if there is the Snyder Cut, that confirms that there is, I would still want to see it because it's interesting, because I think it was like Final Destination. I think way back in the day, it had like a alternate ending or an alternate intro or something like that. It was one of those to where it was like I actually liked the alternate ending that they showed in the bonus features of the movie than what they actually did in the movie. So I would love to see it. I mean, even if I hear that it's terrible, it's not good, it's a waste. I would still watch it because it's like. I hadn't seen it, I'd want to make a judgment for myself. I would want to be able to form my own opinion of what...
That's a good point, yeah.
So I would definitely still want to see it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I definitely do.
Mm. Hey, Bub! Thanks for joining us.
Good to see you. Bub and Edwin Comic Jabroni. What's going on, guys?
Hey, good to see you too as well, Jabroni. We're just chatting. We didn't really do too much today.
Oh, yeah. I think I did hear something about that, too. I think Andy said the Snyder Cut is it going to be split into a series? Isn't it 6 episodes? I think I've read it's supposed to be like 5 hours long. I think I did see something about that. I think
it kind of reminds me of the format that Good Omens had.
Yeah,
because the way that they did that, it was so perfect.
Tenet was so good in that.
6 episodes, and they were all about an hour, 2 hours each.
I think there was like 6.
Yeah.
Or 6 or 8. It was just right there. If you haven't
seen Good Omens on Amazon, definitely go watch it. It's good. Again, I love that one.
I know. We almost got that on DVD.
Yeah.
Which I still do. Kind of want to get it on it. Because that was good.
But yeah, see, so I mean, I would still be interesting to see it if it is the 6 episodes and it's like 5 hours. And that could be interesting. Like, I would still want to see it. Because
if it's definitely 5 hours long, they better break it into 6 episodes like that.
Exactly. Yeah, because it's just I still just like getting the actual physical disc of like the movies. And
I do too.
Like, I love watching the behind the scenes and the deleted scenes and the alternate endings, and it's just director's cut.
Well, and just being able to watch it whenever the hell you want, like, I mean, because
the really good ones.
These shows on streaming services might be taken off tomorrow. You never know.
Exactly, but there's the really good ones where you've seen the movie enough times, you've seen the deleted scenes. And then you just still love it enough to rewatch it with the commentary. Because then sometimes you find out even more about the process of like what they were doing when they made it. And you just find out more of these stories that make a difference, It's like some of those with the commentary are worth watching.
Yeah, I've always liked that with DVDs
black
and stuff
suits
like
in
that.
The cut. Yeah, I would want that black suit in the cut because that's what should have been there.
I know that's like my fingers crossed thing on that, and I'm sure it's that way for a lot of people. Is they want that black suit.
I love Good Almonds, especially covered in chocolate.
I know, Buzz.
You just made me want almonds. I don't have any.
I know. Yeah, didn't we give them to our squirrel friends outside?
We need to get them.
What was it?
Walnuts.
Is that what it was?
I think so. We have 2 squirrels that come and hang out on our patio because we never really go out on the patio. And there's this squirrel video I saw on Facebook where this dude made a squirrel ninja warrior course.
Too much time on his hands.
Way too much time on his hands. I think it's on YouTube as well. It was just freaking hilarious.
I think he is a
was
full-time
like,
YouTuber.
He was naming the squirrels, even Fat Gus, and it was great. But it was a good watch. And he had done a study where he left out multiple ranges of like all kinds of different nuts, and the ones that the squirrels went after the most, I think, was the walnuts. But it was a really fun video watching these squirrels figure it out, and then he like ends up taking the course down at the end because he doesn't want him to be dependent on just that. So, but he actually builds like a little table and like screws it into the fence to where a little thing will release so much.
Like once a day.
Yeah. It's great. I like the simple things.
Where was it? Yeah, Bub says I hope they add a digital mullet too. And is the CGI mustache removal in the Snyder Cut?
Right, that was just bad. It was just like
right from the jump too, huh? Yeah. It's that first scene right at the beginning. You're like, his face kind of looks muffed up, huh? Like,
well, and it's like they had already had it set up, and so I mean, had he not made the change, they wouldn't have had to worry about it. Because he was in the middle of another movie, it's like that's like you fuck up on your own time, you get to fix it on your own time.
Yeah,
like,
and it was from when he was doing Mission Impossible, and the people from that production in that studio wouldn't let him shave it because he had to go back and film all this other crap.
I don't blame him. I'd be like,
I don't either,
you
because you had your time with him, right?
Mm-hmm. Like, we all get our own turn at some point.
Yeah.
You know what I really wish, though, which is completely off subject?
I think that should be the name of one of our shows, like off topic, like off subject.
What I'm good at. I am so random, but no, it's one of our favorite shows that we got the last season on DVD, The Big Bang Theory. I really wish that it was some of these TV series that they put on DVD, or even in the movies. It would be an awesome idea if they included in the bonus features the actors audition for that character. Like, it would just be really awesome to kind of see how they auditioned and what it was, like it'd just be cool.
Which sometimes they do.
Sometimes
I have seen them included in stuff before, but
sometimes they do. But I mean, like with the Big Bang Theory, I wish they would have done that with that one, because I would have loved to see Jim Parsons' first interview where he's like, he can't do that again. Call him back in here and see if he can do it again, and he does.
Yeah, because we saw an interview where Chuck Lorre said that first time he saw him just blew him away so much that after Parsons had walked out, he's like, get him back in here. There's no way he could do that again.
And he did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I really want to see that too.
At first I thought it was his stunt double or something. Yeah. It's just...
yeah.
They did not go about that well.
And you could tell, I mean, they obviously didn't have a lot of time to do it either. Like, that was a rushed, like, green screen effect.
Like, slowly but surely things happen, and it's like, rating it makes it worth it. Earning it too.
In the Avengers 1 after credit clip, when they're sitting there eating the shawarma.
Oh yeah.
The reason why Cap's sitting there like
he
this.
Couldn't even eat it because he had
this thing, because he had a beard for a role.
Yeah.
When they filmed that, and so he had like a thing covering his beard, and he had to just kind of.
He couldn't even open his mouth with that, so he's like he couldn't even enjoy the shawarma.
Yeah, so that's why he's just like sitting there.
I love what they did to Thor, though. I am so looking forward to Love and Thunder. Like, that just looks good. And Doctor Strange, like, I'm really hoping things pick back up. And like,
I'm really hyped for the future of the MCU.
I'm still really hyped for it because they've proven to be phenomenal with their delivery and story arcs, and it's great.
I mean, I guess the next thing we still have is still Black Widow. It's just, God, when is it? Like, August?
Wasn't it supposed to be like May, and then it got pushed back to August?
Well, it was going to be April.
Was it?
Was it April or May? Something.
I thought it was May.
Maybe it was May.
Because Endgame and Infinity War were in April. It was like a birthday movie for me.
That's right.
Yeah, like each time they came out, both of them, when they came out, it was like the same weekend as my birthday. So it was like, hell yeah, Marvel gave me a birthday present. I gotta go see the Avengers.
I think May was also
Endgame and Infinity War.
I think Falcon and Winter Soldier was originally supposed to be May as well.
I think so.
On Disney Plus.
Yep.
But now I think it's like I said earlier, I think August is what they're hoping. But that seems a little.
Only time will tell.
Too hopeful, maybe.
It's weird because it's like you get so excited for these things that are so far out, and you're like, oh, it's so far out, it's so exciting, and then the next thing you know, it's already been 5 years and it's out, and it's like, where did that time go?
Trust me.
Where did that
I've
time
been
go?
doing stuff like that my entire life, waiting 5 years for consoles to come out. That Cyberpunk 2077, that game that's coming out in November, I'm looking forward to. I've been waiting for that game for...
Even Death Stranding. I was so excited for, what's his name?
Hideo Kojima's game, Death Stranding, and Norman Reedus.
Yeah, Norman Reedus. Yeah, I was excited for Death Stranding and seeing Norman Reedus in it. It was
And
really
it's been
trippy.
out for how long, and we still haven't got it?
Lost hopes and dreams. They fade sometimes.
I still want to get it and play it, though.
You see where your priorities lie, eventually. Yeah. I'm just rambling on at this point.
No, I mean, we pretty much pretty much have done that most of this episode.
Did we go over the subject that yeah, I think we did. Jesus, guys, I'm a lost cause.
The pressing issues part? The
Daredevil, we did. See,
Yeah.
I forgot what I did 5 minutes ago. I don't know how I'm still alive.
Oh my god. Yeah, we did the how we would bring the Marvel Netflix properties to the MCU.
That's right. Well, I'm so forgetful, and I know I do spoilers, and then I jump the gun and I get ahead and I go over all 10 topics that you had in mind within the first 10 minutes, and then I'm like, oh wait, back to the first thing.
I know. I'm gonna have to start making show notes and taping them up here.
No, that's where all the signs are going. All those the AOKs and stuff that we've received from those guys, and they're still gonna go up on the wall.
Yeah. Yeah, because I like being able to look at those when we're doing our show. Like the notes and everything we've gotten.
It's really awesome. I wish we could I need to take a picture and just post it, because behind the computer is like a little shelf, and we got 3 Captain America books and then 3 little Captain America pops, and it looks really awesome. And then Saga's just all along down the line.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's a wrap.
Yeah, because we didn't even show anything. This is probably the first show when we seriously haven't shown one single book.
I was even gonna grab a book, and then I didn't. But I just we didn't. Yesterday felt like Saturday, and then not even realizing that it was the holiday, and then going to the LCS and having them be closed. I thought for sure they were gonna just be open and close early, but that wasn't the case. And I was like, oh, okay, so now we got to go and try to go tomorrow. But I think they close at 5 tomorrow, and I'm off at 4 if I don't get off early. Which I just want to get off work a little early tomorrow.
So
I have to be up at 6 a.m. in the morning to work at 7.
Tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow's Sunday.
Oh yeah.
I'm not excited about it. I'm not a morning person, guys. I am not a morning person whatsoever. Oh, thanks, Joe. Yeah, we did reorganize the room. We turned it into a his and hers instead of DC Marvel. So those are all his choice of books and his favorites, and then these are all mine. I got all DC and one indie. And I got my giant size Ant-Man and my Ollie, and then my 3 Ant-Man books and my Pez that I got from those guys because it's really awesome. And Ivy. Yeah. But that's what I was that's what I was saying earlier, is when I filed some of the books, like the Green Arrow and the Catwoman, and just got a lot of the books that were stockpiled that needed to be put away. I've already gone into the 3 different overflow boxes that we have for Indie, Marvel, and DC. So really? I don't think we really future planned it enough in advance. I think we're gonna be pretty full here soon, that we might have to add another row. We grow too fast.
So
too many books.
Well, when we're getting AOKs from Gretzky, that's 46 books.
Or even Stay Puft, who sent me half of Green Arrow.
Yeah.
Because I picked clean the Green Arrow books at our 2 LCSs. I got all of them, and then I was stuck, and they weren't getting any new ones in. And then next thing I know, Stay Puft ends up sending me at least the first, well, not first, but a mix of at least 40 or 60.
I know, the back 50,
mm-hmm.
50 to 100,
that I had been looking all over for, and I hadn't been able to find, and I cannot think of enough. And so I've been looking out for Punisher books for him and a few other books that are on his hunt list. But I'm I want to say I am 4, but when I double check to see, I think I am 3 issues away, or unless I really cannot count and I'm missing a number somewhere because I could have sworn it was 4. My math is ridiculous. It's terrible. But I think I do have like 3 or 4 of the Green Arrow books for the 1 through 80 that Gurrell did. And then 81 through 137 was the new creative team.
Yeah.
And I've already read the issue 80. It was a good issue. I like it.
I know. And I'm really hoping that Spawn 21 is still at the LCS.
I'm
that,
sure
that we
there's
saw
a good
on
chance
their
it will
website.
be. I'm sure there's a good chance.
I hope so.
It's a possibility. The possibilities are endless.
It's a possibility.
That's a word.
According to Amy on Big Bang Theory.
Oh yeah, that is right.
I think so. It's something like that, she says.
Well, we make up our own words, like Sobe Fuma and Bilou.
Yep.
We have a language of our own.
We do.
We're weird. Hey, Southern Comic... I can't talk. I just dropped my lid. Hello, Southern Comic Geek. It's good to see you. Thanks for joining us. I don't know what else we had going on.
Yo. Oh, yeah, and Eddie says, you doing a show during the week to show your books. Yeah, probably not a bad idea. I mean,
I could do that.
We're trying to get all of our shows, all of our other stuff throughout the week that we're trying to get going. I mean, there was several days this past week where I'm like, come on, let's go record, because some of it's going to be pre-recorded, some will be other live shows too.
There was quite a few where he's like, hey, let's go pre-record this. I'm like, but what are we gonna say? And I just keep doing what I'm doing, and I'm an asshole, guys. I'm wrong. No. I can be. He'll be like, okay, let's go get this pre-recorded. I'm like, okay, yeah, we will. Sure, in a minute here. And then it doesn't happen. I'm like, my bad. Sorry. Oops.
Yo, Superpower review. What's going on, buddy?
Actually, we moved the desk over too, because the bookcase that's right here used to be over there, and we've moved it, and it actually created a lot more room. In a sense, and then we evened out the desk to be a little more even.
Yeah.
I've been drinking so much water, but yeah, because I love that Silver Surfer poster.
Yeah,
it's
that's
gorgeous.
my favorite cover of all time. That's one of my biggest grails for sure.
There was some. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. Is I can try to definitely put a video together once I have it complete. There is a post though on my Instagram where I did the first 80 books of my Gurrell that I have, and then on the books that the 3 to 4 issues that I'm missing, I did just a blank
board.
One of these. Yeah. I have a spare one. So you get, like, when I do my pictures when I take pictures of books, I use one of the lights that we have up here, and I always use this, like, on the desk, and it's just, I'm a perfectionist. I think...
I mean, your pictures always look good, though, so...
Sometimes they take longer than they need to be.
Yeah, sometimes it does get a little ridiculous.
Sometimes it's just, like, the wrong angle, and then I'm like, it's not a good one.
Yeah.
But yeah, so, but... when I was going ahead and putting in the Marvel books, because you were working in here too, I was able to put the 1 through 80 on the floor and get a wide enough picture to get them all. But there is about 4 that I'm missing, so once I do get those 4, or the full 137, I could do another video of like a slideshow of each issue that I have. Because I'm also going to be getting back into seeing what Catwoman books I need.
Yeah.
Now that my Green Arrow's almost...
Yeah, I'm sure you'll get back into that one. I know, yeah. I mean, Guy Gretzky's been knocking out our ASM.
God, yeah.
I mean, I'm really working on Spawn right now too. I'm really buckling down that because that one, it's one of the ones. I still plan on getting into like my collecting origins and everything because I used to collect as a kid. I used to have a full run of Spawn 1 through, what was it at that time? I think it was like in the 130s or something back then, or 120s, 130s, something like that. And I used to have a full run back then, and that's one of my biggest goals with our collecting is getting
stuff back.
Getting that back. Yeah, like having the full run.
Ooh, we need to learn how to cook. You just made me hungry. Watching as I also watch the grill. I need to learn how to cook.
Oh yeah, especially on the 4th, like hamburgers on the grill.
Remember Lance's brisket?
Yep.
Oh, so good. We really need to learn how to cook. I get sick of our toddler diet some days. I can kind of cook some things,
bad.
but I'm like, it needs work.
Yeah, it's bad.
But you know, that actually just makes Thanksgiving my favorite holiday because I go to family and it's all this real home cooked food that's not like instant or easy.
It's the one time a year we eat real food.
No, it's one of the times because there's also my birthday where I get a birthday dinner, but.
Oh yeah, that's the other one too.
Yeah.
I know. I'm trying to think of.
We didn't even. Yeah, don't burn those brats. Oh, those are so good.
Brats.
Brats.
Oh yeah, there was a. I kind of want to mention this. If we were streaming with with OBS, I'd bring up the image, but we so there was a couple like statues and figure stuff that I saw.
Oh yeah.
So DC, I think it's DC Direct that puts them out, but they have the black and white Batman like statues that they do.
That almost went down.
They're normally like I think 6-7 inch ones. They are. I saw like a solicitation thing for
Batman.
It's their like 100th one that they're doing.
Barbarian.
But it's the McFarlane one from the classic McFarlane Batman cover.
And it's limited to I don't know how many.
I can't remember how many pieces it's limited to.
It looks badass. It looks cool. I gotta shout out Barbarian though, because I watched your video on how to package 11 books to send out, and it was a really good video. And I told him that I watched it, and I was like, you need to see it. And because we're running low on Gemini mailers, and sorry, excuse me. But I watched it earlier and I saved it and I loved it. It was a really good video of how to package 11 books and into a bubble envelope or whatever they're called.
Yeah, I still need to watch it.
It was a very good video, Barbarian. I enjoyed it.
Oh God, what was I? Oh yeah, oh that statue.
Oh, Barbarian has a wrench. We didn't get Garrow wrench.
Oh, see, okay. Oh yeah. See, we could see it on your phone. Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna have to get Garrow one.
Yeah.
I thought I gave it back to him too.
You were just so mean. You go and delete people. He's an asshole, guys. I don't know what to tell you. I'm just kidding. He's a sweetheart.
It's my split personality.
It's when you fall asleep. There'd be times where he'd be playing a video game and he'd start to fall asleep. I'm like, if you drop that controller, I'm gonna hide it from you. Like, if you break it and you drop it and it's your own damn fault because you fell asleep playing video games, I'm gonna hide it so that you can't break it and then I can use it. But then also, there's been other times I have videos where he would be playing Destiny and he passed out on the couch and his character would be looking straight up at the sky, spinning in circles for a good minute, and I would like started the video recording at a TV to where it's his character just going in circles, and then I like would pan over to him and he's just passed out with the controller. I'm like, no rest for the wicked, no rest for the wicked, huh?
I know. I need to post those videos.
Yeah,
they're pretty funny.
It's almost better not to. I like giving you crap about it. That's true.
So yeah, I emailed our LCS about that statue too, and that's what they said. You know, it's like, yeah, I'll try. I'll try and get one, but it seems like a certain number is allocated.
Yes.
I don't know whether it's like retailers can only order a certain amount like per store, or if it's a certain allocation to.
It's still a change I'm going to make sure happens, by the way.
What?
Wrench. I'm off on another subject.
Yeah,
but no, you were saying it's like allocated to where they can only get so many.
Yeah, I don't know if it's just like so many going to the direct market, or I don't know how it's being allocated, but
it's something like that.
But yeah, that thing is sick.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little bit bigger than the black and white ones usually are.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think it was like a 9. It was like just under a 10-inch one. I think it was like 9 3/4, something like that.
I think so.
And then right before we went live, I saw
Squirrel.
Online there was some stuff, McFarlane Toys, about the Dark Knight's Metal figure line from McFarlane Toys. And the couple that I saw looked pretty dope.
He also has Xbox and PlayStation. Mr. Garrel on both. He's waiting. We need to play Destiny.
Oh yeah.
I was getting so good at my headshots on Destiny. It was funny because then you pulled up like the stats on this thing, and you're like, "Holy shit, your headshots are better than mine." I'm like, it's just like it's fun. I loved that hand cannon that I had.
Yeah,
It's been so long since I played Destiny.
Did I not add? I could have sworn I thought I added Geralt back then. Maybe I'm thinking of Bueller because I know I did Bueller, but
you maybe thought you did, but then fell asleep and ended up just deleting him because you're mean.
I know I accidentally deleted him
so
on
mean.
Xbox too.
He's an asshole.
I'm an asshole.
Not always. He's sweet. It works. I'm an asshole too.
Yeah, I think that was it now. After
we're just
mentioning
rambling
those
on at
two.
this point. I don't know if there's anything else to go over. It's been a good day though. I'm just not excited to work tomorrow. I have to be up at 6 a.m. More like 6. Yeah, 6 a.m. to work at 7.
Yeah.
But hopefully we'll just be slow and I can get off of work early.
I might record a video or something finally, or
honestly,
solo live stream.
Go for it, because like half the time this past week, there's been like 2 or 3 different nights where you're like, let's go record it. Like this news just happened, and oh, I just got this alert, or oh, I just found this out. Let's go pre-record our response to it and then post it, and da-da-da. I'm like, okay, yeah, we'll do that, and then we don't. So it's like at this point, just do it without me. Just go for it.
Especially since I'm planning on
don't wait for me
doing like a Collecting Origins video series.
Yeah.
This is an awesome instrumental. Heroes Never Die.
That it is.
Yeah.
See, it's just I don't know what it is. It's just you have all these plans and ideas, and then I'm like, okay, yeah, that sounds good, and then I just end up zoning out, and I'm like, and it never happens. Like, I'm a procrastinator. I need to stop that, but we all have our moments. No ad, no wrench, and deleted. How could you be so...
how many spawn issues do I have? I think I have like one... I don't know how many total, but I have...
I can pull it up.
Yeah, I have my list right here somewhere.
We need to get CLZ.
I have like 1 through 19, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29... 34, 35, 36, 50, 51, 61, 62, 64.
Oh, I got a new Avengers shirt. See, it's awesome. It's like it's the Avengers A, if you can see it. But the picture of the Avengers, it's like the comic versions, not like the movie versions. And I love this shirt. It's a new one.
I know. I'm gonna have to go get me that one in my size though.
I know. And when we got it, I was even asking you, I was like, can we get it in a small so it's just more of mine, or do we get it in a medium where you can wear it too? And because I've lost a lot of weight, that a lot of my clothes are big on me now. It's like I buy smaller clothes, but sometimes like I don't mind getting mediums where we can share. But this one is just kind of like, you know what, I'm gonna get this one for me, and then you can just go back and get yours in a medium. We have the same shirt where his is a men's and mine's a women's of Nuka-Cola.
Yeah.
I went too far. I was looking for your spawns.
Oh, yeah, Carlito, that 301 Alex Ross version on eBay though.
This is like our everyday thing when we conversate, and I don't know where he's going. He left me, guys. How rude. This is how we carry on conversations. Like, it's a miracle we get anything done. It's funny when I have to go to my mom's to get meds, he'll be like, go, I can actually get some reading done. You won't distract me. And half the time, I don't really distract him. He distracts himself. But then he gets me going on conversations.
There, I had to at least show one book. This one was 301, I believe. This one, because yeah, that one's... I was surprised that they actually, because didn't our LCS had this one, right? What the hell is?
I don't have the chat up right now because I'm looking for this real quick. Oh, there it is. Spawn. You have 84 spawns.
84 total?
84 total.
Wow.
Out of 300. And that's for the 92 series. That's what I was looking for. Okay.
Yeah, Carly, he's probably getting his 301. What the hell is like on that? Can you feel that? What the hell is that? There's
nothing a new bag and board won't fix.
Yeah, it just needs a new bag, but it's just like you could feel like I can't. How can I explain this? Like
dust.
No, it's more than that because dust would normally just go right off.
I don't know.
And
You got
it's
me.
almost like a little like.
Yeah, you're right. He did go grab it. I don't have any books to show.
I don't know. I might need to go.
I could grab a book. I got this one recently.
Huh. I might need to go make sure that none of the other ones are messed up.
I'm sure it's just like debris from whatever.
Did I ever show that one?
I don't know. I'm not sure. But I got the number 1 to 7 Overture. Because some of the series that I read in trades, I love getting the number 1s to. Like, I want to find the number 1 to Jessica Jones. But this one I really love. Overture was really good. And I have it on display. And there's other stuff on display. And
Yeah.
I got a 1-track mind and it's lost at the moment. Probably just the poly. Yeah, that's what I would think. I agree. It's probably just the poly film crud. Because it is
I know.
good
I do need to put it in Mylar.
Well, and it's good to rebag and board them every such amount of time.
No, yeah, it is for sure. Like Polly, I think they say it's like 5 years, something like
I think so.
that. Where I've seen Mylar, like Mylar, I've seen some people say like you don't even have to, but I mean I've heard of some people going like twice that for Mylar.
I'm not really that big a fan of Mylar. Like I like it, but it's too shiny and it like.
You don't like it
It's too crackly.
for display or like pictures because sometimes it's got bad reflective properties.
Yeah.
But the
never-
protection part is really you like that on it because how they're thicker. They protect your books better.
This is true. I mean, like, and there is the Mylar magic when you put books in Mylar. There's definitely that magic where it just like makes it look even more presentable.
Yeah.
But it's not quite my cup of tea.
I mean, certain brands of Mylar, I can see the difference between certain brands of
Honestly,
them,
it's
but-
a good thing that I don't let my OCD get the best of me because sometimes when I'm going through some of our collection and there's current books in silver bags and boards, I do my best not to let it drive me insane. But if it was completely 100% up to me, I would buy extra silver and extra current bags and boards, and I would go through the entire collection and put the correct bag and board for the correct size of the book. Because sometimes I don't like the space. Like some of the others, I don't mind the space where it's like, oh, it's kind of an older book or it's fine on this one. Like it doesn't bug me too bad to an extent. But part of me on some of them, when I get a current bag and board with a current book, it prevents nicer. There's less room for it to like slide around.
And especially after we found the combination for currents that we
that
love.
too.
That
too. I love Sandman. It's so good.
And they're not even the same brand, but they fit so perfectly. That brand of boards with that brand of bags.
That's a good point. He used to think 5 to 7 years on the poly bags, but he seemed to replace them after 2 to 3 years. That sounds a little more accurate because there's some books that we still have from when we started collecting, and they're in that same bag and board where it's kind of like it needs to be changed.
Yeah, the poly like the bags yellow faster, and I think they can like break down.
What's weird
too.
is like with my stack of reads on the nightstand is like the bottom one, the bag will get like all like kind of like wrinkly underneath, but it's weird.
I bet I can see that happening in higher
Humidity.
But humidity. Yeah, like in like
I remember the word.
like Florida. I'm sure collectors in Florida and places like that and down south, I'm sure they have to worry about stuff that we probably don't really think about.
We just got to worry about Yellowstone. It goes off, we're dead. We're Pompeii.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll be quick.
Earthquakes.
Or we'll be preserved with our comics.
Earthquakes breaking Doom's hand.
I know. He did fix it, Carlito. I was correct. We ended up getting the wrong super glue the first time. And if you notice, he's actually holding his own pin. That one. Doom. That was the hand that broke off during the earthquake. and he super glued it back on. And then the pin that we got from the boy who had 7 when we won the episode of Couple Glories, which was still amazing, so much fun. Couldn't believe we actually won. I have Doom holding a pin of Doom, so it's Doom holding a pin of Doom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And it was fun. Like when the earthquake happened, like you were just kind of like looking at your Deadpool display that's over by the bed.
Yeah, it woke
and the
me up.
second you did that, I was like, the slabs. I come running in here. I'm like, okay, they're good. They're okay. And then just pops are all over the place, but it wasn't bad.
I know. I thought that was so funny because you come running in here and then you come around back in. You're like, the slabs are all right. The slabs are fine.
The slabs are okay. I feel I bought all the same bags and boards for my collection. Oh, wait, see, no, I didn't read that. I like the extra board protected. I honestly want to get more of the what do you call it? Flatbacks or
the fullbacks?
Fullbacks. Yeah, I for some of my books, I definitely want to get more of the flatbacks because that's one thing I don't like about some of the boards is just how flimsy they are. Like I know it doesn't really matter on all of them, but on the more sentimental, the more valuable, I like them more in a fullback. Bag and board.
Yeah. Andy has it. Yeah, it's the Ultra Pro current bags and the Comic Care current boards is what we use. And
yep, it's perfect.
And
I love it.
They fit so perfectly.
I think this might be one of them.
It is.
Yeah, it is.
But you know what I want to try?
What?
That same combo, but for silver. So get the same brand bags, same brand boards, but in silver, to see if it fits as well as that does.
I bet you it
for
would.
our silver books.
I bet you it would. There's something else. I don't remember.
Barbarian. I'm all wore out and yellowing too. Yeah, I hear you. Me. I'm in that boat as well.
My shirt is vintage. Yeah, I'm old school. There's no school like the new. There's no school like the old school.
Oh my god. Right.
I'm very nostalgic.
Yeah. Okay. On that note, I think
I got a Pizza Planet
we'll probably
T-shirt that is from Toy Story, and I love it.
Oh yeah.
Pizza Planet.
Yeah, because you got that one the same day we got that one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And what one did? Oh yeah, I got a new Marvel one.
My grays are coming in too fast.
Yeah, you know
They're
what I
like-
noticed?
they're
I had
coming strong.
mine are coming in.
We're getting old.
I'm becoming a wizard.
You bet your ass we are.
All right. On that note, that is
think-
going to
I
do
think
it for
this
this
time- I think
interesting one.
Yeah, I think this about fifth, sixth time we've said we're gonna sign off. I think we mean it this time.
Yeah.
I need to eat some food.
Yeah.
I had lunch, but I am still hungry.
I need to go finish Spider-Woman #1
Yes.
because issue #2 of that is finally going to drop on July 15th, I think is what it is.
That's good. So you had made the mistake of getting silver halfbacks with Mylars, but did just double the boards and it's type. Yeah, that's often what I do is double some of the boards, but
Yeah, we've gotten around to doubling and tripling and even quadruple. The ASM 301 newsstand that Gretzky just recently AOK'd us, I have that one quad board.
that Catwoman #1 Jim Balint that I found newsstand, I used one of the fullbacks on.
Oh, did you?
Oh, I did. You bet your ass I did. It's our collection, not just yours.
I know. I do love those fullbacks. And how many times have I been telling you that I've been trying to get an order in of Mylars and fullbacks?
I lost count. Half the time I don't listen.
So our kind of second LCS, they sell Mylars where you can buy Mylars and boards just like one a piece if you want to.
In singles.
In singles, yeah. And remember when we got, I think
Got 'em started
I
again.
think it was silver Mylars, but remember it was current boards in them.
Yeah, that was a weird combination because then it's like when we tried to get it into like a current bag, it didn't quite fit. But it was weird. It was weird. It was just slightly off by like a hair.
And I've heard of people doing that sometimes with certain brands where you have to actually buy the smaller boards because the Mylars are so thick. But
it's
that wasn't the
bulk.
case. That wasn't the case here because there was a lot of space too. Remember between the bag and board.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
So it was
Vulcan
weird.
Vogue. I am ready to go eat some more food.
All right. Yeah.
I do want to thank you guys so much for hanging out with us for this past 2 hours. It's been a blast. I mean, we didn't even really show any books because, again, we didn't realize our LCS would be closed today. But it's still been really fun chatting with everybody in the community. So I do definitely want to thank you guys all for being here. It was a blast. And
Yeah.
Thanks for supporting us and tuning in to see what we had to say and just bullshit. It was nice. I really enjoy this, and you guys are the best. You are all the real MVPs. I want to make sure that a certain someone gets a wrench.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm gonna make it happen.
Yeah. Make sure you remind me to do that.
I will.
All right. We love you guys. Be safe.
Vulcan Vogue.